Hey loves, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. We'd love to have you. So in this video, I'll be taking you guys through a step-by-step process on how I was able to wig this hair, this bundle of fluffiness. So sit tight. Getting right into the video, we'll be using this hair from Navadina Beauty. It's an 18 inches Cambodian curly hair. So the company I got this hair from is no longer in business in Nigeria. For those that may be wondering, where can they get it? Can they reach out to them and all of that? So I just thought to put that out there. Honestly, I did not know this hair would blow up as much as it did eventually. I would explain that more in a later part of this video. So I got the hair in 3 bundles, but took out 1 bundle to make the closure. I already sewed the closure into the wig cap with a machine to make my work faster. So this is what the bundles will be using look like. I ended up using 2 full bundles and just a little of the already open bundle. I'll be using 2 types of needles, thread wig cap, which you've already seen, and an elastic band. Putting down the wig cap on my dummy and braiding away the closure so it doesn't disturb my work. Let's unravel this beauty together. Let's head to the good part. So putting the needle through the wefts, I passed it through the wig cap, then pulled and passed the needle in between the thread at the bottom of the thread. So like that's towards the knot here, so it holds firm. Yeah. For the entire first row of sewing, I passed the needle through the weft and not under the weft because I really wanted the sewing to be firm at that first row, as you see me do here. So I trust we know what the weft is here. The weft is that line. You see this line? Yes, that line of the hair where all the hair is attached to. Yes, that's the weft. So I'm just going through the weft and not under. I started doing the under, like passing it under, from like the second row, and that's in between because at the edges too, where I will be turning the wig to go to the other row, I would also pass through. So anywhere I want the weft to stay firm, I would pass the needle through the weft. Then other places I just want to continue sewing, then I will do under. I hope we understand that aspect. Like I said, at every turning point, that is at the end of each row, when I want to turn the hair to the next row, I also pass the needle through the weft, so the edges would lay flat, because I was not cutting my weavon. I just kept turning it at every at the end of every row. Then I would continue with passing the needle under the weft. You would notice that I would always wrap the thread around the needle before pulling it out. I would pass the needle through or under the weft, then wrap the thread around the needle twice, then pull. That of course is to ensure that it knots firmly, but not like firm that I can just wrap, pull and cut. Of course not, but yeah, it just helps it just stay in place at that point. That's not the way we would tie if you were ending it. You might have seen other wig making tutorials where they would use like a chalk or something to outline where to sew on the wig cap, but I'm not doing that because I had more than enough bundles to work with, so I'm not trying to manage the weavon. if I was working with just 2 bundles, then I might have needed to draw out the outline, and I would have also left more space in between the rows at the back, just to maximize the weavons I was working with. But if you're a beginner and you don't know how to should I say, project the spaces you should leave in between, I would recommend you can try that. Get, after you placed your wig cap on the wig head, get a chalk, draw outlines of where you want to, where you're going to sew to. Following the outline you've drawn, then pin the weave onto the wig cap till you get to the end, just to be sure that you don't run out. Even if you have extra weave-ons, like extra hair, after you've drawn out the outline and pinned the hair on that outline, it's better that you have extra hair than you have less hair, because you see the top part is going to take a lot of hair. You'll be shocked how much hair that top part is going to need. So when you have extra hair after you've drawn your outline, you can now go and fill in all those spaces you feel are too scanty. Just a little background gist on how I bought bundles without the closure. So as I mentioned earlier, the company I bought this hair from was living in Nigeria, and they're affiliated with a relative of mine, so I was just trying to support the movement, for lack of a better word. So I got this hair towards the end of 2022 and tried to make the closure myself. Maybe I was going over my head by aiming for a 4x4 closure, because it just seemed like it was too time consuming to complete. So I just opted to pay for a closure to be done for me. Like, I must not do everything myself here. So I eventually got a 2x4. I think this is a 2x4 closure. If you don't know how to work with very long threads, please just start with the length you can control comfortably, because it's really frustrating when you have to be detangling the thread, because it's just by itself decides to create a knot. You may even have to cut the thread if the knot refuses to loosen. So I tried to do something here, and whenever my thread was always almost running out, I would cut it and tie it to the next length of thread. So if you were to remove the thread from this wig, it would just be one very long thread. That was just me being too lazy to be cutting and knotting the normal way. So I'm not really advising you follow my method, like what I did, because it requires some calculations I can't explain right now. So just do you really, because the knots kept hooking in the wig cap, then I'd have to carefully pull it out. But I tried to calculate it in a way that I only experienced that hooking headache once, or not at all. Done with one bundle now and on to the next. I don't think I mentioned that I wasn't doubling the hair I was sewing in, but I guess you should have figured it as you were seeing me sew, because some people double the hair to make the work faster. But one time someone tried that on my wig, I had her re-wig it, because I could feel the doubling. It wasn't showing, but I wasn't just comfortable with the fact that I could feel it when I would touch my head. So when I unraveled the hair, like cut the rope used in tying it, the weft was rolled together, so I separated that doubling. Continuing with the thread, I sewed through the weft on the second bundle so it sits firmly on the wig cap. I also sewed through the weft towards the end of the first bundle. You should already know why here. You can see how I'm folding this ear area and sewing it in, just so it lays flat. For the top, you can see I'm sewing the extra lace of the closure to the wig cap. This is also to strengthen the hold of the closure on the wig cap. Then when I cut out the part of the wig cap under the closure. At this point, I had really reduced the spacing in between the rows, so they are almost like on top of each other. I'm done with the second bundle, and of course I sewed in the last bit of the second bundle like an outfit, like cloth, onto the wig cap. Bringing in the third bundle and passing the needle through the wefts, we did the normal thing of wrapping the thread around the needle twice, then pull. I know I said I wasn't cutting the weavon, but at this point I had no choice because there was no space there. So I measured what I needed to sew in to that space and cut the rest. This top part took a good amount of hair because I'm almost laying them directly above each other such that the lace doesn't peep through. Measuring again and cutting, I sewed through the weft, then under, then through again to the end. Then I knotted it and we're done with this area. I think I knotted it about 4 times though. Sorry, we're shaking a lot. I had the dummy between my legs because I was tired of standing. Please, I'm human. That's the reality of what we do, you know, this whole content creating thing. So I didn't know how unstable it was there till I was done filming. Anyways, here I'm just trying to complete the final row. Heading over to cutting this section out, I tried not to cut too close to the sewn line. So this is how we're looking inside. I used an old wig to measure the length of elastic I need and also to know where to sew it on the wig cap. Then I used the back stitching method to sew the elastic to the wig cap. So it's not that under the weft, through the weft situation, no, just sew it like you're sewing cloth. I tried the wig on but wasn't feeling it at all. Then something just told me, comb it out. And this was looking more like it. Trimming away the excesses, cutting out the flyaways, lace from the closure. I tried the water trick. So I sprayed a generous amount of water on the hair and was so impressed with how it turned out. So the water trick worked. You can see my excitement here. I'm so happy and glad. Anyway, the hair's giving wet look, but of course it will not be like this when it dries because there's currently nothing in the hair. I didn't apply anything on the hair. So when it dries, it will blow out back. So I'm surely going to do another video showing how to maintain the wet look on your curly hair. It just requires a couple of products and you're good to go. So this is how we look dry. This hair is surely a stunner and money well spent. So I hope you enjoyed spending time with me on this one. I hope you're able to learn a thing or two. Don't leave without subscribing, you know now. Like, comment, share, shower me with all the attention. I love it. And I'll see you in my next one. Till next time. Bye.